Alright, how's it going? I'm back. As I'm sitting home because of this quarantine, due to the virus, I decided to finally finish up the, putting my car back together. As you can see, I already assembled, this part here. One problem is though, it's this. See how loose it is? I mean, I bought the car, it was already like that. I tried to use some epoxy to glue back the tabs and hopefully snap it back in. That didn't work. I don't know if that's because this plastic part is warped or what, but as I was carefully trying to snap it in, these pieces, they just broke off. So I decided to I came up with a different solution altogether, and I'll show you in a second what it is. Okay, so I figured, this cover, I don't want to glue it, to the top, because I still want it to be somewhat removable, in case I want to change out my subwoofers or upgrade the sound system. So I think the best option here is actually to use Velcro. I mean, this might turn out to be like an epic fail, but here, I got this on Amazon, actual Velcro brand. It comes with, with these guys, little hooks here and felt piece here. So the idea is to cut this into two strips, glue one piece here, one piece here, and do the same thing on that plastic bit that's already on the car. Apparently, the backside of this is, super tacky, and it's really difficult to peel off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, cut this into strips, and I'm gonna dry fit it without sticking it on. I'm just gonna let it be and see if there's contact when I close it in. Okay, let's use some tape to hold this in place and dry fit it, see how it works. Okay, I just laid some tape just to make sure I don't lose these strips. In that cavity, I don't want to remove these subs again. At least not right now. Just like that. And let's see if this works. Nope. Okay, so I do have that problem that I suspected that I would. See, this is sitting a little too low. So my solution is to use like a strip of ABS plastic. I have a bunch left over from my radiator shield project. So I'm gonna just cut off a piece of that, lay it on the bottom here to act as a spacer, and that should help. Of course, we're gonna test it out before actually gluing it on, but I suspect that it will. Okay, as you can see, I just put down some material here. It's almost like cardboard. It was just like packaging that my ABS sheet came in. But it's about the same thickness as that ABS sheet, so I'm just gonna use it for a mock-up. So lay this here. See, hopefully this is enough. Push it down and close, but not quite. All right, one more time. Perfect. Okay, so it's gonna take two pieces of ABS stacked on top of each other. Alright, so as I've quickly discovered, there's a slight problem. That plastic part, you know, the, I don't know what you want to call it, the Oddments box or the sub disclosure, whatever, you know, the edges have these little tabs, so I won't be able to lay a single strip down and glue it down. I'll need two strips, and each of them is going to be about 4 inches long and half an inch wide. So that's what I'm going to do right now, just cut up the strips to those dimensions. Okay, so the first step is I'm gonna cut up two more of these. I'm gonna glue them together with some plastic epoxy. And once they're done, you know, this is gonna be glued to that Oddments compartment / sub disclosure. I'll show you where. And then on top of it, you know, these strips of Velcro are gonna go. Alright, so I decided to scrap my initial plan and actually added spacers to the lid, as well as you know, the actual Oddments box. I didn't like you know, I didn't have the piece of plastic of appropriate thickness, so my original plan was to just stack these two on each side, but it just seemed way too flimsy to me. So this is how I did it, and the next step is going to be just to add some Velcro here. Alright, now that this is all set, let's do a test fit. movement here. But overall, it's pretty solid. Yeah. Of course, once I fit the sub in here, you know, it's going to eliminate some of that movement too. So again, I hope this is something, you know, that might help some of you. I know these lids, you know, the tabs in these lids break quite easily. So I think Velcro is just a, you know, it's a good solution for this particular application. So again, if you like my videos, you know, I'll appreciate, you know, any of your support. And when I say support, I mean if you just like, subscribe, and, you know, perhaps even share some of my stuff, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.